the story of time and tide, a tale of missed opportunities and the power of action. Once in a small coastal town, there was a young man named Arun. Arun was a dreamer. He spent his days walking along the shores, gazing at the vast ocean and thinking about all the incredible things he could achieve in life. But despite his grand ideas, Arun always found a reason to delay his actions. He would say to himself, "There's always tomorrow, and I'll start when the time is right." He was convinced that life would give him another chance if he just waited long enough. The town where Arun lived had a famous proverb, "Time and tide wait for none." It was a saying passed down through generations, warning people not to let opportunities slip by. But Arun, being young and full of hope, thought it was just an old saying that didn't really apply to him. After all, he believed that time would bend to his will if he was patient enough. One day, Arun received a letter from a prestigious university inviting him to apply for a scholarship. This was the opportunity he had been waiting for, an opportunity that could change his life forever. However, the application deadline was just a few days away. Arun was confident he could fill out the paperwork tomorrow. But tomorrow came, and he was busy with other things. Small distractions that seemed urgent in the moment, but in hindsight, were meaningless. Day after day, Arun kept postponing. Each time he thought, "I'll do it tomorrow." And each time tomorrow seemed too far away. As the deadline drew closer, he still hadn't filled out the application. When the final day arrived, he sat in his room, staring at the untouched forms. The reality hit him hard. He had missed the opportunity. The next day, Arun walked down to the shore, feeling the weight of his failure. The waves crashed against the rocks, each one a reminder of the moments that had passed him by. He sat down, his mind heavy with regret. That's when he noticed an elderly fisherman walking toward him, carrying a heavy load of fish. The old man greeted him with a warm smile and sat beside him on the rocks. Arun shared his story with the fisherman, explaining how he had missed out on the scholarship and how time had slipped through his fingers. The old fisherman listened intently, nodding in understanding. After a long pause, he spoke. "Do you see the tide out there, young man?" the fisherman asked, pointing to the waves. "It doesn't wait for anyone. It comes and goes, whether you're ready or not. If you don't catch the tide when it's right, you miss it. You can't control it. But what you can control is when you choose to act. You can't sit on the shore waiting for the perfect moment. You have to rise with the tide, or it will rise without you." Arun thought about the fisherman's words. Time, like the tide, was always moving. It didn't care if you were ready or not. It didn't wait for anyone. He realized that he had been so caught up in waiting for the perfect moment that he had let time pass him by. The opportunity was gone, but the lesson he had learned that day would stay with him forever. From that moment on, Arun changed his mindset. He no longer waited for the right time. He understood that time would not wait for him, so he needed to act swiftly and seize opportunities when they appeared. The next year, another opportunity came along. This time, Arun didn't hesitate. He applied, worked hard, and eventually secured a scholarship, not to the same university, but one that led him to greater opportunities. The moral of Arun's story is simple. Time and tide wait for none. Life moves forward, and if you don't act when the opportunity is in front of you, it will pass you by. The tide doesn't wait for anyone to be ready. The time to act is always now. Arun's story serves as a reminder to us all that waiting for the perfect moment can mean losing the chance for growth, change, and success. The clock is ticking. The tide is rising. Don't let another opportunity slip away because you were waiting for tomorrow. Seize the moment and rise with the tide.